energy in the Sun Bowl. The fans here are outstanding, and I can't wait to see them going on Saturday night. New Mexico's already had a game under their belt. Very difficult offense to defend. It's a triple option offense. There's some principles of the pistol in there. They actually even have a coach that came from Nevada and well-schooled in that system, which is very effective. Last year, they rushed for 301 yards per game, which is one of the tops in the country. They returned a 1,500-yard rusher. They returned also a slot/slash running back that rushed for a lot of yards last year. Their quarterback returned as well. He had over 100 yards rushing in the game the other night. I know he was dinged up. I don't know to what status, so we'll keep an eye on that. I do know that the backup quarterback that replaced him at the end of the game is extremely athletic. He's a junior college transfer from NEO, and he moved them down the field there towards the end, and probably gives them a little bit different dimension when he's in there. They got a very experienced offensive line. They got an all-conference candidate at left tackle and center. They're a big physical group that have been playing together for a while. So a very challenging offense for us to stop. We're going to have to be very disciplined on defense. We're going to have to read our keys. When we're in man coverage, we're going to have to keep our eyes on our work, and we're going to have to gang tackle. Defensively, certainly I consider this a rivalry. I think UTEP playing New Mexico and then playing New Mexico State back-to-back is outstanding. I think all three schools should play each other every year. I hope as long as I'm the head coach here at UTEP that we play both schools, because I think it's great for the city of El Paso and Albuquerque and Las Cruces. Their fans, they get excited when they play each other, and if the players don't know about the history of this rivalry, they'll certainly know about it by the end of this week. I'll say this about Aaron Jones and all of our freshmen that we recruited. We're not surprised because he did it on film in high school. That's what we're looking for as players. We're not looking for the guy that Rivals or Scout.com says is a five-star player and commit them as a sophomore, and they don't do anything their junior, senior year, and then everybody's got high expectations. We're looking for football players. Every single player that we signed this year was an extremely productive player on film. They were the guy that made 100 tackles. They were the guy that rushed for 1,500 yards. They were the guy that had 10 sacks. And Agner throughout camp. I anticipate Jeffrey being back full force tomorrow. He had a sprained toe. He should be healthy and ready to go. I think Spencer practiced some last week and was more encouraged the way he moved around. We'll continue to go through that process this week. With him, if there's a chance that we'll have him available for the first game. Probably the furthest away, and I'm not going to count him out for this game just because of the character and work ethic that he has, is Miller. When they come out on the players, and we want to have something that motivates them to want to carry that pick. And it'll be a very important thing. We're going to put a lot of emphasis on that you represent the team, the school, and the physicality of our program when you carry that pick out. Standing in the sun for about 2 hours in your home dark uniform wasn't real fun. And then as a coach looking across and seeing teams in their white uniforms standing in the shade while you're standing there baking in the sun, I always kind of said, I wonder why we can't be over there. So there's a lot of thought into it. Main thing is that, giving us an advantage. We would never do anything here unless it gave us advantage on the field. We're not switching just to make a switch. We feel it gives us an advantage. Also having the student section behind the visiting team, I think that gives you a little bit of advantage, the band behind the visiting team. I'm not going to put high expectations on Jamil Showers. I bet you Jamil Showers would tell you he puts the highest expectations on himself. But I'm happy to have him on our team. More than he's just a talented quarterback, I'm happy to have him because he's just an outstanding person. It is voted on by the players. Marcus Bagley, who's a senior defensive lineman. Jamard Reed, who is a senior defensive lineman. Kevin Perry, who is a senior tight end. Jarrell Watkins, who is a junior offensive lineman, and Nathan Jeffrey, who is a junior running back. Normally we would have 4, but we had a tie, and on something as important as a captain, I'm not going to flip a coin or make a decision. So the team made that decision. They voted on their captains, and very excited about that group.